Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope you're feeling grand, and always one world. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another A&Q Wednesday, everybody. But not just an A&Q Wednesday. This is A&Q Wednesday, but this is only part one. There is also now an A&Q Thursday, people of the tube. Because I've got a short on my videos, thanks to all your awesome suggestions, I am now going to be splitting my videos into 2 parts, maybe even 3 parts, depending on what happens in that vid. So basically, we're going to from now on, there's going to be a guitar amp pedal demo, whatever it is, teaching video on the Monday and Tuesday, part 1 and part 2. And then there will be an A&Q Wednesday and an A&Q Thursday, 2 questions each day. So 2 questions today on Wednesday, 2 questions tomorrow. And then there will be a video on Friday and Saturday as well. It'll be, teaching video, guitar demo, amp demo, pedal demo, silly going about the place demos, whatever, those kind of things. So basically it's going to be knocked up to 6 videos a week. For all, it's going to be, I'm going to try and average them under half an hour each. So basically this vid will be kind of like, under half an hour. Tomorrow's video will be under half an hour. Again, just to make algorithmic happiness in the world of YouTube. But anyway, enough of that. That's what's going on from now on, people of YouTube. So 6 videos now instead of just 3. Basically ramping it up as best I can. And again, I'll just basically be splitting up into 2 parts. So this is part 1. Like I say, I will see you again tomorrow for part 2, A&Q Thursday. So I have A&Q Wednesday and Thursday now. So anyway, let's get to question 1 today, shall we? Yes. So part 1, only do 2 questions a day. So I think I've already said that. Shut up, Dave. Okay, so question 1 today is, what effects do you use with your Zoom's G2 expression pedal? So the expression pedal on the side of the Zoom G2, I mainly use for either reverb or delay. On the intro jam today, I had it set for delay, and basically it's a case of I roll it into where I want it, and then I just kind of leave it on, especially for soundscapey Dave Gilmour-esque stuff like today's intro jam was. That's kind of what I use the expression pedal more for than anything. And again, I like the ability to control delay volume with the expression pedal, and I also like being able to control the amount of reverb with the volume pedal. So all the way back with the reverb is nothing, and then kind of as I ramp it up, it can kind of go to crazy amounts of reverb or kind of minimum amount of reverb. I really like that. And again, same with delay level. I like it kind of no delay, kind of slight delay, soloist delay, to crazy full out, oh my god, the world's exploding kind of delay. I have used the expression pedal on the Zoom G2 in the past for wah as well. And pitch shifting as well, whammy. Woo! I still use it for whammy. I don't really use it for wah anymore, just because I prefer other wah pedals to the wahs inside the Zoom G2. It's not a complaint of the wahs inside the G2. I would happily go to a gig with just the G2, and I would have everything in that pedal I needed, because the wahs inside the Zoom G2 are still really cool, and I like how customizable they are. They sound really good. But I would, if push comes to shove, I'd much prefer to use my Vox Silvertop or something like that. I just like them more. But like I say, the main things I use the expression pedal for, like I say, just to recap, are delay, volume, reverb amount, and whammy. Basically, that is basically all I really use it for. I don't really use it for anything else, like for kind of phasing or different kind of amounts of phase and this and the other. I mean, the Zoom G2's expression pedal is immense. But there is no limit to really what you can do with that thing. It's absolutely crazy. It really is immense. So, but yeah, so that's what I use the Zoom G2 volume, expression pedal for, if you will. I don't really use it for volume because I like the volume on my guitar. I don't really feel the need to set it to the volume mode. I mean, I just don't feel I want to either, to be honest with you. So that's what I use it for. So, another part of but the second part of question 1 today is, which effect or effects do you think fits better with an expression pedal, except the wah-wah pedal? Like I said, I really like reverb and delay. Maybe more reverb than delay, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I don't mind delay on there, and I really like it right now. How I've got it set, it's really, really cool. But I think reverb is a great effect to have on an expression pedal, personally. And I like doing certain things with the reverb on the expression pedal. Like for instance, like if it's all the way back on no reverb, say, or maybe even just like slightly forward, so it's got a little bit of reverb, not totally saturated with it. I like to be able to hit a note, like, and hold the note, and as I hold that kind of note, a sustained note, I like to roll in the reverb to max out, and it just creates this kind of like, this kind of like massive spread. It's absolutely immense, and I really love it. So I think reverb is an amazing effect to have on an expression pedal. I really like it, and I came across that when I was in the band Dukes Deluder. I started using it then for that, and I really liked it, and it's kind of stuck. Because obviously, you know, expression pedals, you normally get whammy and wahs, and certain kind of like, you know, rates on maybe like a step filter or like a flanger or a phaser. You know, you can, or a univibe, for instance, where you can ramp up the speed. But I really, really like reverb. And again, the Zoom G2 gives me the option and ability to do that. I can assign the reverb to the expression pedal, so I can have no reverb, slight reverb, a little bit more crazy. You know, Jeff Buckley, basically. And I like that more. It feels really cool. So I really think reverb is one of those expression pedal effects that kind of gets a bit overlooked. And the Zoom G2 just does it marvelously. It's just ridiculously good. Okay, so that's that. The last part of question one today, is what do you think about expression pedals? I like them. Again, you know, because it's all about expression pedals. I really like expression pedals personally. You know, I mean, I've always loved wah, and that is just an expression pedal, and it really is expressive, and I just like them. I don't like, particularly when I don't have one. I don't mind not having some kind of expression pedal, be it wah, be it kind of like, you know, my Zoom G2 where I've got reverb or delay on it, or whammy. I don't mind if I don't have it, but I miss it if I don't, if that makes any sense. So I think expression pedals are brilliant. And I think they're a really important tool for, again, exactly like what they say on the tin, expression. You know, there's so much you can do with pedals, like wah pedals and whammy pedals, and again, dialing in pedals to modulate certain things or add more reverb or more delay when you want it. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love them. I really do love them. Like I say, they're not a need, but they are a love, if that makes any sense. You know, and I miss them if they're not there. I really, really like expression pedals. Okay, so hope that's the question. We'll move on to question 2 now. Okay, and I put this question to you as well, people of YouTube. I want to know your opinions on this and why. But we'll get to that in a sec. So, question 2 today, final question of today, is do you like P90 pickups? Yes, I do. I really like P90 pickups. I don't have a single guitar with a P90, and that has to change. I used to have a vintage V100 gold top. If you go back far enough in my videos, you'll see it. And that guitar was immense. In all honesty, that was a guitar I shouldn't have sold. I'm stupid for selling it, but again, you know, needs must. I had a choice between selling the lemon drop or the gold top. That was my choice. It was the lemon drop was going to go, or the gold top was going to go. And I used the lemon drop way more than I used the gold top. So unfortunately, the gold top with the P90s, well, they're actually P100s because they were stacked P90s, but they still had the P90 quack. It basically, you know, it was not an easy decision. It really took a long time to decide, but eventually the gold top lost and the lemon drop won. And to this day, I still feel I made the right choice, definitely. Although the gold top had a really specific P90 tone that I absolutely adored. So I need to get more P90s. I need to get another guitar with P90s. I really want a Les Paul Jr. with P90s because they're the ultimate guitar to me with P90s. I don't really want, like, you know, some other style of guitar. I want a Les Paul Jr. with P90s more than anything. And even if it's just like a single P90, that would be cool. Because they've got something about them, P90s are really cool. So, people of the tube, put this question to you. Do you like P90s? And if you don't, why? And if you do, why. Let us know in the comment section below why and what you think to P90s. Like I said, I've tried a lot of guitars over the years with P90s. My favourite probably was the gold top that I had. It just had a specific mid-range in it that was really, really cool, and it kind of like, you know, it was like someone had hold of its nose, but it could still breathe, and it felt very alive. It was really cool, and it had this, I can't describe it. It's very frustrating, but there was a sound in it that was really. It's just this something in the. It was like high mids, but it was so good. Like, but it was so mid-rangey still. Like, it wasn't trebly, it wasn't harsh, but oh my god, it's so hard to describe. It was just amazing. It was really warm and nice, but it had so much cut, and it was such a great guitar. It played amazingly as well. I relicked it, and I took all the finish off the back of the neck, so it was just kind of like plain mahogany neck, and that neck was amazing. After all lacquer had gone, it was just the wood. It felt absolutely immense. I actually didn't like it with the lacquer on, which is why I decided to relic the guitar, because I was just like, that's a bit gross. And it was very, very sticky. So once that lacquer was gone and I could fly on that guitar, it was just heaven, I tells you. But yeah, so that guitar was amazing. Like I say, I've tried a couple of other guitars. I've tried some Les Paul Juniors. I nearly bought once. Well, I should have bought it, to be honest with you, but then a gold top Les Paul came along and I bought that instead. I nearly bought a Gibson double cut Junior with two P90s in TV yellow, and it was amazing, absolutely amazing guitar. And I was on my way to paying it off, and I was buying it from Old Hat. This is before I worked there, and I was buying it from there, and then a gold top Les Paul came in, a Gibson R7. So I immediately fell in love with the R7, and to this day that R7 is, again, another one of those ones that got away. And I definitely chose correctly not going with the double cut Junior, because again, been a gold top nut, and it was a dark back as well. That gold top was heavenly. I wish I remembered its serial number, but I don't. It's sat there somewhere. But I made the right choice switching. But the P90s in that double cut Junior were immense as well. They just had the right amount of bark. Oddly enough, though, I think some of the best P90s I tried, they were in a non-reverse Firebird. I demoed it, actually. If you go into the Old Hat video playlist, you'll be able to find it. That was an amazing, amazing guitar. I think it had three P90s. But I do love P90s. They've got certain something. Like, they're not a humbucker, they're not a single coil, like a Fender single coil sound. Obviously, they're a single coil. But they've got something in them that is just different and very unique, and I like that. But again, I don't have a single guitar with P90s. That has to change, people of the tube. As soon as I can afford to make a change on that one, it's going to change. But at this point in time, I can't afford it. But hopefully in the future. Like I said, I've literally just like bankrupted myself. I'm nearly living in a bin because of a certain amp that sat behind me that nearly absolutely destroyed me financially. But it was worth it. Definitely worth it. Anyway, you'll see more on that soon. But yeah, so do love P90s. Gonna have to get a guitar with P90s at some point. People of Tube, like I say, let me know your opinions on P90s. Do you like them, love them, hate them, despise them? What is it, and why? You know, why do you not like it? Why do you love them? You know, what is it about the P90 that you like or dislike, let's say? Because like I say, there are some things that I dislike as well. Sometimes they can be a bit too dark and quacky, and I don't like that. But every now and again, you get those P90. It's the same as any guitar pickup, though. It's like, you know, there's guitar pickups that you can really like and some that you really don't get on with. But like I say, I think the best P90s I've ever heard were in my vintage gold top. I really do. They're the ones that just kind of, to me, that was the definitive P90 sound. It was like when I work in an Old Hat, we had a Gretsch. Are they called Duo Jets? I think they're called Duo Jets. Basically the Les Paul Gretsch, you know, the slightly bigger semi-hollow. We had a Les Paul from, I think it was like 1958, and it had Filtertrons in it, the original Filtertrons. When I hear somebody say Filtertron pickups, the sound of that guitar is what I hear, because to me that's the sound of a Filtertron. because being a lucky little git, I got to hear the originals, and I was just like, they sound so cool and so different. So whenever I kind of like hear Filtertron pickups, that's the guitar I reference, because it being an original Gretsch, it had the original Filtertrons, and it was just immense, absolutely immense sound that guitar was. Unfortunately, the demo I did of the guitar, it was red. It didn't do it justice, because at that point in time we couldn't mic up the amp, we didn't have the equipment to do it. It was just literally on like a disposable little camera, and well, not a disposable camera, but a very small little camera, and we just didn't have what I've got now with the Zoom Q8, unfortunately. And I wish I had this camera or the ability to mic up amps at the time, because you could have really heard what they sounded like, because they were just immense. Yeah, it's a shame, really, but it is what it is. But coming back to P90s, love P90s, need a guitar with P90s, definitely at some point. Not desperately, but definitely. Yeah, that's going to happen. Anyway, but yeah, so anyway, I hope that's answered the questions okay that I've answered here. Like I say, I will see you again tomorrow for A&Q Thursday, technically part 2. I might just call it A&Q Thursday though, just because it'd be easier, because it's technically not parts. So I'm just going to call it A&Q Thursday. So we're going to have A&Q Wednesday and A&Q Thursday now. And some people say why all the time, like, why don't you call it question and answer? Basically, and I don't understand this one neither, but for some reason, whenever I used to put my video as question and answer Wednesday, or A&Q Wednesday, my video would get demonetized. Yeah. You're as confused as I am, people of YouTube. It makes no sense whatsoever. But for some reason, my videos would not be eligible for monetization because I called them an A&Q or an answering question. So I called them, what I call them. That's why that came to be. Anyway, answer of the question. Just adding a couple of extra words. Anyway, my brain. Well, not my brain. The algorithmic brain of YouTube that seems to be going absolutely ape right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow for another vid. Have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening. Yes. For some reason, my brain went, you said that in the wrong order. And I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't, did I? Anyway, yeah, second guessing. Oh, it's clever. Shut up. Go away. The fear, everybody. The fear is right there. Anyway, I'll see you again for another one tomorrow. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and goodbye now. Thank you much indeed for watching. Haha, goodbye.